So first off, I'm gonna start it out with the Charlie Kirk. I'm gonna be delving into this. This whole thing is case sensitive. At the end of the day, none of this is going into anything really pertaining to nothing personal or anything of that nature. It's all going into the aspect of just, these rituals, that these Freemasons do and why they do it. So Father bless who's ever watching this video. It touches their soul, and that, we're able to really get our eyes open and continue to prepare for the exodus that's unraveling right before our eyes. So first off, I'm gonna start it out with the guy named Tyler Robinson, the suspect. And he's the one who assassinates Charlie. So you already know I've been covering the name. These are the name as written in Isaiah 52:5-6. In that day, that the name will be revealed through the blasphemy. Therefore my people should know my name. You know what I'm saying? For by those who cause them to howl. You know what I'm saying? The howl goes to the whole thing, but those who are the wolves in sheep's clothing, which is just the Freemasons. So I'm gonna delve into all of that in this video. So anyway, Tyler Robinson, Tyler. Remember they had obviously, they already had a debate thing, because remember everyone be getting mad at Charlie Kirk because they'd be saying what? They'd be saying that he don't want freedom of speech. You see what I'm saying? So he said he don't want freedom of speech. Because that whole thing with that freedom of speech goes to how the word of God is becoming flesh. The word of the law is gonna flow from Zion, all of that opinion and all of that we feel is not gonna outweigh what the law of God says. You know what I'm saying? So they already know that freedom of speech is leaving. The Constitution is being exposed for what it truly is. So you see the whole thing, the great debate, that's why they try to make like he was the debater. You know what I mean? But it's just symbology of how they operate. They take on certain names and they play certain roles so that people can, blaspheme. And, they'll be thinking, yeah, they got Charlie. Finally, he's out of here for it. Yeah, we don't like what he says. But they don't even know they're going against Christ. Symbolically of how these Freemasons, take on the names and blaspheme. And they want everybody blaspheming and, being a part of that. So, obviously Tyler, Tyler derives out of Tyre, which goes straight to Babylon. So you see, Babylon don't want the Messiah to rise up. You see what I'm saying? It's written in Psalms 118:22 that they reject the headstone. So that's why Donald Trump got shot in the ear, because, as it says that the word of God, the word of God, is ears to hear, eyes to see. So only those who got the spirit to hear be able to receive it. So that's why Trump got shot in the ear. Trump goes into 1 Corinthians 15:50-52. At the last trump shall they awaken. So you see, that's why Trump got the connection to Charlie Kirk. I'm gonna delve into this. So you see, Charlie Kirk got shot in the neck because that goes how they want to reject the headstone, reject Christ. It's all connected. So it's Tyre, Babylon. Then Robinson goes into robbing the sun. They want to continue to keep making sure that the kingdom don't fulfill. They're trying to block the exodus that they know is unraveling. So, obviously that's Michelle Obama's name. Michelle Obama is a Robinson as well. Remember I already talked about the whole thing about Obama being the Antichrist. So that's why how Michael is on the side of Christ in heaven. Always, even as it's written, the word of God become flesh and dwell amongst men. They don't want people knowing that the Messiah walks the earth. So, always Michael is always in spirit amongst the Messiah. And then on top of that too, Obama and Antichrist got to have a Michael on his side. That's why Michelle Robinson is on his side. It's just blasphemy. Because Michael represents the guardian, the protector, the knight. You see what I'm saying?